Hi guys, so today I wanted to talk about saving your own life and turning away from social norms in order to do so. I know it's not Suicide Awareness Month anymore, but I kind of wanted to elaborate on the idea of turning away from people pleasing, perfectionism, this idea of living up to the expectations of capitalism. And it's really important to have these conversations, or else, as human beings that have incarnated on this planet, a planet where we very much so we aren't free to really be ourselves in our fullest potential and our fullest expression because of all the things that I just listed, especially because of our current structures of society where we need money for everything. We need to rely on our current structures to survive. A lot of times we can feel like, our personal failures are just that. Like, our personal failures are, a lot of times, they're stemming from the systems that we're currently living in. And so I'm here to remind you to stop gaslighting yourself and to understand that a lot of times, in order to be happy, at least in my perspective as a psychic medium, as a tarot reader, a lot of things that I see in people is that they're trying to live a life that's not their own. And a lot of people don't have courage to live their own lives, to question things, to opt out of the conditioning that they've been taught growing up. Because it's very scary and it's very easy to just do what everyone is telling you to do. So honestly, if you want to give yourself a shot, any chance at this lifetime of being yourself fully, a lot of times you have to say no to the social norms. And I always bring up this story of, like, there was one year I've been up until like 24, I had been living the life that my family wanted me to live. And one year I just dropped everything, the job I was working, I moved out of my family's house, and every day for a year I was just skateboarding. I had no plan. I was tired of adulting, but I swear until this day that this part of my life, is this year saved my life. That year, just waking up every day skateboarding and finding a new hobby to release all these emotions of feeling like a failure, feeling like a nobody, feeling like, okay, what is my true purpose here? And of course, you want to take this at your own risk. Everyone has their own responsibilities, their own life. You have to weigh your options and understand the consequences that come with, turning from social norms completely. Because social norms are also there to make everyone feel comfortable, to have this sense of community, even if it's fake, even if you have to assimilate and compromise being yourself. A lot of times people do that because they don't want to be lonely. They don't want to take the journey of like a seeker. They don't want to embark on personal evolution. They don't want to, whatever it means, even in spirituality, what it means to raise human consciousness. A lot of times this is breaking free from the old world and the old way of being and embarking on, a lot of times, this journey that is very super lonely, super confusing, super scary. And a lot of people don't have it in them to do that. So it makes sense. But if you want any shot at being happy, a lot of times it is, to me, acknowledging your circumstances and society as it is, not being in denial, understanding that there's no such thing as individual failures under capitalism. A lot of people are making memes right as we speak about therapy is just not enough. A lot of people want to offer therapies to people when really we need to change the structures and change the world more than we need individual therapy. Because people can have like therapy as a band-aid, but if they're put back into a sick world, that's not going to help them. So a lot of times we have to be courageous enough to tackle the world around us, and a lot of people have not made it to that point yet. And again, it takes a lot of courage to challenge your own conditioning and try to go a different route, and to try to say no to social norms, because you can be deemed an outcast. You can be treated really badly. But you almost have to always ask yourself, what is the cost of staying the same and being someone you aren't? And what is or does your sense of seeking truth overpower that? And to me, I feel like if we hypothetically, we don't live in a free world. No one's free in our world because we're all subjected to some kind of social construct. If no one's free, like you either live a life half lived, or the only way you really live is you fight for that freedom while you're in this lifetime. You die fighting for your freedom. So a lot of people don't understand that concept yet. And a lot of people aren't willing to fight for their freedom. Like everyone always says, you know, there's a price for freedom. And yeah, it's just, when you're courageous enough to do it though, I feel like I always say, go the route that doesn't kill your spirit. I know I'm probably rambling. This is what I feel what it takes to have a new earth and a new planet and a better earth. Is like, we can't afford to have people that assimilate and just do, and that are the yes men and that assimilate and do the outdated structures and ways of being, because that dismisses the purpose of what we need the new world to be. Movies that kind of help me kind of with this idea are movies like Divergent, the Divergent series, things like that. It explains perfectly of like the process of what happens from breaking free from an outdated society. Embarking on this lonely path where you have to have a lot of courage is very dangerous, and it's a high price with it, but then you have to do that in order to see what else is possible, what else is better. And a lot of people, they opt out of this because they're like, you know, the evil that they know is better than the evil that they don't know. But if we want any real change, we have to be able, again, it takes a lot of courage. And for me, it can be a very lonely path, but I'd rather embark on like personal evolution any day than just staying the same. And it's like they're saying, when you know better, you do better. Ignorance is never really bliss either. To me, ignorance is a higher price than seeking truth. But yeah, so that's my idea. I think this is your message to stop trying to fit in, basically, to stop trying to fit into social norms. You're not meant to fit in. I don't care if you feel like you're just gonna die just the fucking weirdest person on the planet. It's necessary, because a lot of people are enslaved to just like these social constructs and things that are outdated or no longer serving them or never serving them, that are really detrimental and harmful to each other and the planet and the collective. But because it's normalized and no one's questioning it, it's fine. But yeah, this is also just a reminder that you're not crazy. So just keep going and trust the process and trust the path, and keep picking the path where you are not killing your spirit. It's super important.